Hello and welcome to SGPN's The Daily Dog. I'm your host, Britton Hess. I'm here with my favorite Underdog Fantasy Pick'em plays for Monday, March 24th, 2025. If you're new to Underdog Fantasy, as always, sign up for promo code DailyDog. Get that free 50% deposit match bonus worth up to $1,000. That's as good as it gets. And you know what? I looked in my Underdog app today. I didn't see any bonuses at the top of the app. I would be very surprised if I don't got anything by the end of the day. So need to get involved on that today. All right. If you are new, as I said, use promo code DailyDog, higher or 50% deposit match bonus, $10, you get 5 free, $100, 50 free, et cetera, all the way up to 2,000, you get 1,000 for free. And as I said, check the app. You might have some bonuses at the top of the app when you log in. I might have used all mine over the weekend, not going to lie. But you probably have some. And if they're not there today, there will be some bonuses tomorrow with discounts and everything else available. All right. Let's get into it. Let's get into our entries for today. We're going to hit the NBA. We're going to hit NHL. We're going to hit one college hoops for Thursday. We're just going to get one in early. Then we're going to go some tennis. And then we got our Lotto entries. By the way, this flex and Lotto entries has been pretty sick lately. It's been working out pretty well. So yeah, like we went 2 out of 3 on one of our Lottos on Friday. So definitely worth taking a look at there. Okay. We are into today's entries. NBA entry number 1, LeBron James, higher than 22.5 points. Very low for what he's been doing since Luka's been there. I know he's working his way back in from injury. He only played 31 minutes in that last game against the Bulls where the Bulls crushed the Lakers. But I think just LeBron is going to have plenty of opportunities to score in this game. I think that 22.5 is way too low for him since he's been playing with Luka. He has been a scoring machine. It just opens things up for him. I mean, obviously teams have to pay attention to Luka. Austin Reeves obviously scores and opens things up for LeBron as well when he's in the lineup. But here, I just think that, again, it's just too low for LeBron. Last several games, you get only 17 points in that game against Chicago, and then 22 points in that game versus against the Celtics with the previous 2. Knicks 31, 34 against the Pelicans. He's just been very, very good with Luka in the lineup. So LeBron higher than 22.5. Then Aaron Gordon. I'm going back to the well with Aaron Gordon, higher than 17.5 points. He fell just short the other day. But again, this guy has been a scoring machine since, with Doncic being banged up, or with Jokic being banged up, not Doncic. But last several games for Aaron Gordon, he only had 13 points yesterday. I know that looks bad, but prior to that, 23, 26, 38. I think we're going to get more of one of those. Those are road games. He's back at home. Good spot for Aaron Gordon to get 18 or more. This is a 3.15x multiplier. NBA entry number 2, Domantas Sabonis should be back in the lineup. 14.5 points, very low. Unless he's on like a severe minutes restriction, which I hope I don't think so. I mean, he did a full practice yesterday, so I think he should be ready to play at least in a pretty good standing here. Give me Domantas Sabonis higher than 14.5 points. Kevin Durant higher than 25.5 points. The Suns play better. Especially Kevin Durant plays better when Bradley Beal's not in the lineup. He's not in the lineup today, so that's good news for the Suns. Durant, I think he's going to be pushing 30 once again. So give me Sabonis higher than 14.5 points. Kevin Durant higher than 25.5 points for a 3x multiplier. NHL entry number 1, Clayton Keller of Utah, higher than 0.5 assists as the old Red Wings come to town. Clayton Keller, obviously a very good assist man, 53 on the year, leading point man for the Utah Hockey Club. Not like the Red Wings are shutting teams down, offensively. They allowed 6 goals at the Golden Knights. They allowed 4 goals at the Capitals already on this road trip. So I think that there's another chance that there's going to be 3 or 4 goals available for Utah. If that happens, I would be super surprised if Clayton Keller did not get at least half of an assist. And then I'm going to go with Matt Duchene, my point man for the Stars, higher than 0.5 points. He's back to the leading point guy for the Stars. 26 goals, 44 assists on the season, 70 points in in 65 games, 70 points. I like our chances there. Give me Matt Duchene higher than 0.5 points, even though this does project to be a lower scoring game at home. I think there's going to be 3 goals available for the Stars. If that happens, Duchene should be involved. So that's a 2.82x multiplier. NHL entry number 2, I'm going with Elvis Merzlikins, goalie of the Blue Jackets, higher than 2.5 goals against. The man has been getting torn up a lot lately. He has not been a dominant netminder for sure. just thinking about Elvis Merzlikins' last several games, it's not exactly been a pretty picture. He's allowing 3 goals per game as is. I know the Islanders aren't exactly the best team offensively, but his last several games, goals allowed 5 against Pittsburgh, 1 against Florida, 3 against VGK, 5 against New Jersey, 2 against Florida, 5 against Tampa Bay, 3 against Detroit. I think Merzlikins going to allow 3 goals here against the Islanders on the road. Pair that with Lucas Raymond, higher than 0.5 assists. I think that the Red Wings are going to be able to score in this game. I don't necessarily think they're going to win against Utah. Maybe they are. I think it's a pretty decent price, plus 140 FYI. But, they have a shot to win here, but I do think they have a shot to get some goals. I think Lucas Raymond at enhanced multiplier for an assist is really worth a look. 2.84x multiplier there. All right, as promised, I'm going to go looking ahead to college hoops for Thursday. Going to lock in a couple numbers before it's before these things move too much. I'm going to go with Cliff Omoruyi, for Bama, higher than 7.5 rebounds. This game is expected to have a ton of points. That means a ton of shots. That means a ton of opportunities for rebounds. Omoruyi had 8 rebounds his last game. I think he's going to have 8 rebounds here against BYU. Cliff Omoruyi higher than 7.5 rebounds. And I'm going to pair that with Walter Clayton, the Florida man, higher than 19.5 points. This dude is awesome. I think he's going to have 20 points in this game. It was a really nail-biter for Florida in their last game. I think that he's got a shot to impose his will here. So give me 20 or more points for Walter Clayton. That paired with Cliff Omoruyi, higher than 7.5 rebounds, is 3.18x multiplier. We'll be tracking this one all week and maybe add a couple more early ones before we get to Thursday. Tennis entry number 1. We're going to go to the women first. Amanda Anisimova, higher than 21.5 games played against Emma Raducanu. These women are pretty tightly matched. They played earlier this year at AO. I think Raducanu took care of business 2-0 in sets there, but I do expect a 3-setter or at least a tie break here. So give me Amanda Anisimova, higher than 21 games played in this matchup. And then Iga Swiatek, lower than 20.5 games against my girl, Alina Svitolina. I like Alina Svitolina a lot, but Iga is playing very well. I think she's going to dominate in straight sets here. I think we're going to get like 6-3, 6-3. Iga, I mean, honestly, it'd probably be more like, 7-5, 6-1. It's just more of a Iga scoreline there. 7-5, 6-1, something like that. And we would still get there. Lower than 20.5 games played for Iga Swiatek. With Amanda Anisimova, higher than 21.5 games played, 3x multiplier. Tennis number 2, Alex de Minaur, higher than 22.5 games against João Fonseca. Both these guys do not fear going into a third set. I think they enjoy going to a third set. I think both these guys are going to be ready to roll deep into the night in Miami, higher than 22.5 games played. Then Matteo Berrettini against Zizou Bergs, 2 athletic serve dominant players. I think that we could get higher than 23 games in 2 sets. I think we get higher than 23 games, definitely if it goes 3 sets. I do expect 3 sets here. Zizou Bergs, I was a little bit of a slow, I didn't hop on the Zizou Bergs train early, but at this point, I can't really deny him. So give me Matteo Berrettini, higher than 23 games played against Zizou Bergs, and Alex de Minaur, higher than 22.5 games played. Lotto entry number 1. We're going to go with Jesper Bratt of the Devils, higher than 0.5 goals. The man has been stepping up in a major way without Hughes in the lineup. Then Chris Middleton, higher than 1.5 3-pointers made for the Wizards against the Raptors. Middleton's been taking 3 to 6 3-point attempts per game. Getting 2 is definitely not out of the realm of possibility, but we're getting a massive multiplier here for no real reason. He's shooting enough here. I think that this could be a competitive game between 2 bad teams. So those 3-pointers could be key. So give me Chris Middleton, higher than 1.5 3-pointers made. And then Klay Thompson of the Mavericks, higher than 3.5 3-pointers made against the Nets. Potentially Anthony Davis in the lineup here. I think that is definitely worth a look. So give me Anthony Davis give me Klay Davis higher than 3.5. Klay Thompson, not Klay Davis. Klay Thompson, not the guy from The Wire. Klay Thompson, higher than 3.5 3-pointers made. So Jesper Bratt goal. Chris Middleton, higher than 1.5 3-pointers. Klay Thompson, higher than 3.5 3-pointers. 16.71x, but flex it. I recommend flexing it. 8.35x if it goes 3 for 3. 2.09x if it goes 2 out of 3. Lotto entry number 2. We're going to start with women's tennis. Paula Badosa, lower than 20.5 games played against young Yala from Philippines. This woman has been on fire. She's been killing people. She won an 8-1 underdog yesterday, but I think Paula Badosa is going to put her, is going to end the dream run right here. Lower than 20.5 games played instead of lower than 0.5 sets lost, because there's a chance that Badosa lays an egg. She's done it before. All right, then Clayton Keller, higher than 1.5 points for Utah. Obviously, Keller, I have him to get an assist. I think he's going to have 1.5 points here against the Red Wings. Then I'm going to go with Miles Turner, higher than 2.5 3-pointers made as the Pacers host the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Zion Williamson higher than 25.5 points. If he's healthy and in lineup, he can score deep into the 20s, no problem. So give me Zion higher than 25.5 points. 18.01x multiplier. If you play it as a standard entry, flex it. I recommend flexing it. If it goes 4 for 4, 10.81x, 3 out of 4, 2.7x. All right, that's all I got for you today. Thank you for listening. Good luck on your picks, and let's make some money.